Yeah, hello and welcome to this video and this rapid game. Let's see. My opponent is Iatsiuk, Ukraine. So okay, so I'm going c4, giving black the option there to choose the main direction of the game. So he went for c5 and g6. So it looks like we're heading towards a Maroczy bind here. This time with me on the white side. The rapid game before that was a Maroczy with me playing black. You might get exactly the same line. In fact, this is quite likely. No, this one. Okay, now bishop e3 isn't all that great because of knight to g4. White normally plays bishop e2 in this position or f3. They both make some sense. So, okay, let's go bishop e2. And yeah, bishop g7 or knight d4 are the main choices. So he takes, and we enter the so-called Guggenitze line. Going back now, knight g4 was part of black's agenda, and now they usually go either a6, bishop e6 or a5. a5 is the latest trend in those positions. One point is, no, he doesn't do it. Okay, a6. Yeah, well, here white builds up in typical fashion with f3, b3, rook c1. So I'm stepping. Let me think about this for a moment. Yeah, let's go. Rook c1 is correct there. I think if he goes, no, he doesn't. Queen a5, then knight d5 is an interesting alternative to the usual stuff. Okay, I cover this with b3. c4 was attacked, and now queen a5 is the standard way of doing it. Other moves don't make that much sense. Yeah, and here white can play knight d5 to completely trade off into some, yeah, it's a fairly dry equalish ending. Or you play knight a4. Yeah, knight a4 is the main move. So white wants to trade the queen, which is in general quite welcome. Is that, I have entered this pre-move, right? I mean, black has to trade almost. Queen d8 doesn't really make any sense. Yeah, knight d7 is the normal move. And now I'm not entirely sure if you play knight c3 here or play g4 first. I mean, this cannot be bad really. So let's do it. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what black plays here. I mean, black plays f5 quite frequently in those positions. I just wasn't sure about this particular one. Isn't knight d5 now fairly okay? I mean, fairly okay is kind of a euphemism. Knight d5, bishop d5, c d5. What is he doing then? Bishop b2 maybe. Bishop b2, bishop a3. This stuff. Possible. I can also start with b4. b4, knight d7, knight d5. Maybe he just goes rook e8 then. Possible. I mean, it is fairly comfortable. That's clear, but b4, knight d7, knight d5, bishop takes, c takes is quite comfortable. Is there a drawback to that b4 move? I'm kind of wondering if I'm not evaluating this correctly. If he takes it and go knight a4 maybe. Rook c2, b5. No, this is also good for me. So let's see what he wants to do. Just goes back and I put it here. So when he can go rook e8, it's kind of what I expect him to do. It's nothing that really... And he takes it. So normally, if white gets this this structure in, the c takes d5 structure with the bishop pair, it's very good usually. The thing is, maybe he's got something that I don't yet understand, like stuff on the c file. Sometimes there's this bishop b2, a3 stuff, but that here looks completely off. I have a pawn here on b4 already. If the pawn would be on b3, there's sometimes like bishop b2, a3, c5, trading this off. But that's not happening. In this position, my plan is simple. If I trade all the rooks, I'm just better. And I'm also better with one rook. Let's see, I don't know. What I want to do is clearly a4, a5, and then expand on the king side. So what he tries to do is play king h7 and bishop to h6. That's the plan. Okay, the question is, do I want to trade all the rooks or not? Probably. I mean, it is an easy decision, let's say, or an easy way of playing is the way to put it. Let's do it. It's a long-term edge for white. Let's see. Okay, a4, a5 is one thing that I would like to get in, to get his pawns fixed on light squares. Whenever the pawn comes here, yeah, and we have b4, a5 against those two pawns, whenever that happens, the white bishop becomes potentially very strong. Yeah, well, you know, this is a move I want to play anyway, because bishop f1, h3 is an idea. This is one point of fixing the pawns on light squares. You can all of a sudden bishop f1, h3 attack this, and well, that's a problem. Yeah, well, how is black going to handle the situation? Yeah, so we'll see. Maybe he wanted to go h4, but I have f4. So now h4 doesn't really lead to much. Okay, I have to cover that. At least he prevents a4, a5 for one move. But I don't know if black is sensing the danger here. He's really in some serious danger of getting pushed back. This is a very classical endgame type for the Maroczy bind. There are many games with this structure. Ah, that's interesting. That is interesting. I didn't think of this move at all. That's a good defense. Okay, let's not praise him too early. Maybe kind of stunned. That's nice. I don't want to take this really. That gives black some good control of the dark squares. I can insert bishop b5, but then he's got knight e5. That's bad. Bishop b5, knight to e5. I don't see anything good here, huh? That's good. Yeah, that's a good defense. Could I have done something about it? Bishop e5, g3. I'm just curious. Yeah, what did I miss there? Maybe this is really not that good. Yeah. That's a good defense. Okay, so what am I doing here? I mean, I can do this. That's still a little bit of something, but it's not ideal. Quite clearly. You still have some chances in this ending with white, but it's not as good, obviously, as with the bishop pair. White still has some hopes because of the space advantage. You could argue that this bishop here has three pawns on light squares, but this is not as important as the space. I get the king to d4 and I get f4, e5 in. There's not really much that black can do about it. King up to d4 and then try to push e5. He has 3 pawns on light squares. This is still relevant. But that was a good defense, yeah. Bishop c3 was a good defense. Yeah, that I have to take. pretty much have to take it. Okay, so f5 is an option, trying to break this open. At the end I should have an outside h pawn. That was the drawback of, oops, sorry, didn't meant to draw that. That was the drawback. I've got some spectators here. Do you actually see it? Yeah, you see it. Royal Blue is a friend of mine, an old teammate of mine. It doesn't seem to... Oh, he has a classical rating. I could play him once in a while. But a higher classical rating than I have. So, so I'm kind of isolating some pawns here. Yeah, possible. But this is still a little bit more comfortable for me. So I don't have to yet take. I might win a tempo, getting him to play the king up. Also king d4 d5 is interesting. So yeah, king up, I guess. And I'm threatening king d5 now. That's already a little bit of an issue. If he takes f5, king takes, he cannot defend the h-pawn. These endings are notoriously difficult in the Maroczy bind. Here the bishop dominates the knight. So here, yeah, do I take it? Or if I take it, I've got two h pawns. This is probably his drawing idea. And yeah, that is an idea. It really is an idea. So I probably have to do this. But king g5 now. Yeah, this knight d4 check now is a threat. But let's see. I mean, I have the check on c4 always. And then go b5. So check first and then b5. The knight is still quite seriously dominated. So b5. Knight d4, king f4, intending g5. Yeah, this one I have bishop d5. Or wait, bishop e2 is also a typical way of dominating this piece. It's maybe better. Yeah, that looks stronger. I still have king g5 and pick the pawn up. So king g5. King g5. What does he do then? Knight g6. Doesn't really look like it would help in the long run. He's close to being zugzwangt. I don't really see a defense. d5 takes it, d4. It doesn't help. d5, even king f5 should be pretty good. But of course I just take the pawn. d5 takes it, d4, king g3, d3, bishop f1, d2, d2, bishop e2. Okay. So, yeah, then king h4, I guess. Then he's checking me on g6. I go to g3. But this way makes more sense anyway, so no need to go to the edge of the board. There's also bishop f1 and taking it. So g5 now. Also possible. King g3, king g5. That looks a bit odd. But I can do this. And bishop f1 maybe. Doesn't look completely convincing. Bishop f1 here. That looks fine. Let's do this. I mean, knight g6. I can switch my attention to the other side of the board. It's nice to win this pawn, but it's also a good decoy to potentially win d6 and at the end b7. Okay, so here there is no tactic or anything, so I can just take on h3. Or is there something better? This b6 and then bishop a6 is an idea. But okay, let's take this first. That is good anyway. So knight f4 is to be expected. What he does though is, I mean, with knight f4, here he's covering access to the d5 square. Should close this. Got the washing machine running. So b6, bishop a6 is the thing. The danger is here that he sacrifices the knight against that pawn. That is clearly the danger. If I actually go b6, I mean, how does he get there? Bishop a6 is fairly quick. So b6. I don't think d5 helps. Black offers a draw. No. Of course not. I mean, there's not a single... it's absolutely impossible to lose the position unless you blunder a bishop. Okay, that must be the only way to do it. So can he get there? Maybe. Knight g6 maybe, or is there some other way to get it? I think I'm threatening bishop c4, bishop d5 and take it. Maybe bishop a6 in some cases, but this bishop c4, d5 is kind of the slow way to do it, but bishop c4 also prevents the knight jumps. So knight g6, is he getting to this pawn? Knight g6, bishop a6 takes it, b7, he can check me, but still I don't see him stopping it. So this is the thing, bishop a6, how do you stop it? Knight e5 maybe. So he wants to sacrifice from c8. Well, this would be the way to take away the squares. And so the knight now is somewhat dominated. He cannot go anywhere. And now wants to go back to f6 with the king, I guess. He's currently shielding everything, is the thing. So maybe king f6 and then d5 is his point. Possibly. I don't get there with the king, unfortunately. So let's do this. I still have the outside h-pawn. It's not easy for him, I think. If he goes like king f6, I go h4. Not easy for him to move. But if I go king f4, he's got knight d5. This is something important. That's true. That is absolutely true. Maybe I have to get it to e6 actually. Knight c6 is not such a clear way for him to sacrifice. So put it here. I have the wrong bishop, so whenever he sacrifices against b6, I'm going to, I don't have a chance. Bishop d5, there's knight c8. That's the problem. No, it looks like I cannot do anything, unfortunately. I can still play this, but it's impossible to do much. Let me think about it for just a second. Yeah, bishop d7, I probably have to play it. I'll go here. I have a 3-second increment, so... Ah, of course, I forgot about that. Okay, so then we have a draw. He declined to draw. Okay. I mean, why not? We can do that. I mean, how is he going to lose? It's not possible. That's a bit of a... I think that I played this badly. I think I should win this ending. I think I should win this ending. Oh, and I didn't see his draw offer. I declined to draw with my move. Of course, I would have taken it. Now I cannot offer a draw. Maybe we had too many and the side blocks it or so. I don't know. It's weird, yeah? I cannot offer a draw. I know I can. Thanks. So, let's have a look. I wonder if I had something there. So I don't know if you want to look for everything here, or look at everything here. This is a theoretical position. Knight d7 I think is normal, and now I think they usually go f5. I don't know. Knight c5 I wasn't expecting so much before. Knight d7, knight d5, and here I expected rook to e8, but okay, so maybe this ending isn't all that terrible. I think this simple approach ultimately didn't net much because of his defense there. Yeah, the engine still likes b5, but this I cannot believe at all. And also not taking. I mean, he's got bishop b6 coming and potentially trading this. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is better than what I did. I mean, there are more chances to infiltrate in the other structure. But I'm mostly interested in the ending here because I felt I should have something here. King f7. Yeah, that looks stronger than what he did. This looks terrible, really, for black. I should win this ending. So this was okay. Takes. I mean, this is fantastic, really. Okay, now I cannot take because that leaves me with the single H pawn. Yeah, that is not working because he immediately gets the pawn and goes into the corner. Sorry, in the corner for a draw. Oh, I actually probably had a bad view during the game with the times. Okay. So yeah, that wasn't working. So but g4 is fantastic. I should really win. How did I screw it up? b5, knight here, bishop e2. All this is good. And now bishop to d1. Sorry, that's too deep for me. Is that bad? Cannot believe it. King f4. I should go to f5, g5 and so on and later pick it up. Yeah, maybe, but isn't that also winning? It is winning. I must have made some really stupid blunder. King g3. But this also must win. Okay, this spoils it. Interesting. Interesting. So king d5 is winning. Just running towards the pawn. Yeah, it is an obvious idea. Yeah, it seems he simply cannot stop the b pawn. I should have looked at this a little bit longer. That's bad. So if he takes it, I take here and I just run to the b pawn. This is all too slow. Here, knight doesn't catch it. Yeah, and this, I mean, this seems to be a draw. Well, not this. So a draw is what? b6. Yeah. So here I still win with b6. So this position is winning. And bishop a6 doesn't work. Yeah, I just wanted to be clever and being you know what? I forgot I can go here. I don't have to take. Yeah. That was stupid. And I had time, yeah? I had time on this clock. I could have figured that out. That's stupid. You know, I saw this and he is in time. But I can go here. And now he cannot stop it. This. There's bishop c8. This is essential for this. Otherwise it doesn't work. Oh my god. Hui! That's nice. Okay, and in the game it probably is just a draw. I thought I maybe can do something, but I have no chance whatsoever. Tja, yeah, that was a spoiled win. I completely didn't see king d4. Then I don't have to take it. Okay, but it was an interesting game. Thanks for watching.